Tuesday about responses being a part of that first game. What other kind of things do you look for in game one of the season?
Just everybody, how different they are. Whether it's in pregame warm-up or just in their approach to everything. We try to make practice as hard as possible, as challenging to them mentally as possible. To when they get in a high-stress situation like a game, it's almost easier, and for them to approach those things the same. And so any kind of difference in their approach or how they normally, a guy that's going crazy or screaming a lot, that's a sign, or a guy that's tight or whatever it may be, that you just try to get to know those guys as much as possible and know what their best mindset is to go into a game.
Do you think it's going to be like seeing Braylon and Tyler play the first games from last season's injuries?
Yeah, it'll be really cool. I think it'll be really cool for them, for us, for their, for the fans. Really excited to see those guys play. They've worked really hard and put in a lot of time, and it'll be fun to see them out there running around again.
What did Taylor bring to the competition this fall?
Taylor was extremely consistent, and then he has a big playability to him that showed up a few times, and just a guy. He's funny. He's kind of a little bit faster than you think. He's a little bit more elusive than you think. He's got a little bit stronger arm than you think, and he was just extremely productive.
Given the way Jeff competed, obviously, with Vernon, do you feel pretty good about the depth at quarterback all of a sudden?
Yeah. I mean, yes, but you never want to find that out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like every position. You think you have depth or whatever, but you don't want to test it.
Right.
But we like those guys a lot, and we have a ton of confidence in all of them.
Given how much we've talked about Vernon for the last 7-8 months, how much do you think he wants to be the one answering these questions now about him?
Oh gosh, I guess he would have to answer that. I don't know. I mean, there's always talk about that position or whatever, of the guy's overrated, he's underrated, he's whatever, he's overanalyzed. I think they probably just don't want, if anything, they don't want to talk. They just want to go play. No offense.
For how the numbers, you've played quite a few true freshmen last couple of season openers. Do you have any ballpark figure, or did you go into the plan of thinking, "Oh, I'd like to see 5 or 6 guys get in there"?
We don't. The only kind of conversation that we have is who's not playing. You know what I mean? Of who is just not eligible, in terms of redshirting, and that's harder, and we do that more so for the coaches, because it's tempting. If you've got a guy that how good he can be 6, 7, 8 weeks from now, and you look on the sideline and you're like, hey, grab that guy and throw him in there. It's more of those guys. At this point, everybody's our best guy. You know what I mean? Of it's not, hey, that guy's a freshman, let's get him in for X number. It's more of a percentage of earned playing time, and it's game time.
One guy who's come up from players themselves is Fotu.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Yep.
As just a big hitter, you guys like him. Given the depth there, I'm not sure. You didn't say like a yes or no on him. Is he a guy who's on that gray area?
He'll play. Yeah, he'll play. Fotu is a guy that plays a million miles an hour every snap, every special team situation. The YouTube sensation hype was not just hype. That guy can bring it. And so he'll be fun. Can't wait to watch that guy cover kickoffs. Ty Griffin, Kirk Merritt. I'm going to miss somebody else in there that never really played that position. Those guys are unbelievable at covering kicks.
Does he play safety or is he a linebacker?
Fotu?
Yeah.
He's a safety right now. He's a safety for now, and just kind of depending on how he grows or doesn't, we'll put him closer or further. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah.
Mark,
different hair.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It's something that it's kind of coming from Virginia Tech, but one of the big topics of last week was coaches maybe looking at the cost of attendance as a way to withhold for punishment reasons or a way to fining. And a lot of people said that it's not, you can't do that. Coach can't take away a player's scholarship. But have you had discussions about kind of taking away guys' monies for that?
No, we've never. I thought that was, we've never done that before, and that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, we talk about that all the time with guys. Of compared to the NFL, whatever. If a guy's a minute late to a meeting or something, that's an automatic X fine, and we talk about that in those terms of just of discipline and et cetera, but we haven't gotten to that point.
Is your penalty structure kind of physical, like up downs, or and then it goes to like a game missed? Like, is there a
Well, yeah, I mean, it's more of peer pressure first and foremost of hopefully guys want to perform for their teammates, and we try to address it with if you're a corner and you're late, then I'm going to go to a veteran corner and get it fixed, or defo and get it fixed, and then if we have to intervene, we will.
Has there been a guy that's kind of emerged as like the Keenan Lowe or the Drew Davis blocker out of that receiver group?
Well, the great thing about our competition there is kind of everybody. And just because there's so much talent at that position, and they know that they're going to have to perform, the full allotment of skills that we require at that spot, it's been very competitive and really good. Dwayne has always been a physical guy. Byron's really grown into a great blocker. Kirk Merritt is a physical guy, and so that competition of wanting to play and wanting to get the rock has turned out to be, there's a lot of benefits to that.
Anything else?
is that hybrid taser role still very much part of this offense? And if so, you see guys who might fit it kind of float between receiver, running back.
Yeah, that was always the thing that kind of took on a life. We generally what's the best way to take a guy like D'Anthony that started at tailback and then moved outside, or a guy maybe Byron started at tailback and moved outside. We're kind of doing that with Taj Griffin is starting at tailback and moving outside. Maybe Kirk Merritt, Charles Nelson are doing the other direction. And so it's more or less we try to figure out or try to predict where they can learn the quickest, and then just move them around. Yeah.